IMF kwachire say menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man
IMF nsa na kire
na ga wo de nsa na kire
IMF
e kire say me wa kire me nti momwa me
na sa ho kire de mfa baabi ade
wo ka kire Ghana fo so onim dia obebu man mampanyini kofo ba wa nitro o ka kire o mo pre adwena ya dibu o man ni ho Elise oko IMF kwachire say menim nyansa nti momwa me na memu man
IMF nsa na kire
na ga wo de nsa na kire
IMF
e kire say me wa kire me nti momwa me
na sa ho kire de mfa baabi ade
wo ka kire Ghana fo so onim dia obebu man mampanyini kofo ba wa nitro o ka kire o mo pre
and somewhere na ese kufu ado kan wasem se me yekoto abama no na man ye adwuma man krofo anye e katidra me share moment me asi amanfo nya adwuma nya na ese kufu ado kan wasem o na wa dada e bo won abaso me ba ma ye adwuma chen we ma ye adwuma chen di si genti yekoto abama over 1 million votes akufu ado ntimi ni politician bia ni ya odada e me yekoto abama no ba ye mismanagement covering all the scandals corruption human rights abuses, lies, Akufo-Addo. Yes, yeah, no serious documentary. Yeah, the change lima. Someone penny by a friend Akufo-Addo, but that our man way. Down to a man, or we are your mind sick ahead. And that dialysis machine, close some bad address the nation born one Akufo-Addo.
All right, so the founding father of the New Jersey chapter, and your name is Atabuama. Nana Atabuama. Yes. Okay, Nana, so how many years have you been here in the USA?
I've been here for almost 45 years.
Wow, that's a very long time.
Of course.
And have you been coming down to Ghana?
I just came back from Ghana last week.
Okay.
So I know the procession and the problem we are encountering in Ghana.
Okay. All right, so the MPP USA is 30 years. What it means is that you have seen virtually the entire lifespan of the New Patriotic Party here in the United States of America. What are the thoughts that you have to share about this chapter?
Well, this chapter, I'm glad they brought this 30 years anniversary. Why? First, I thank our leaders who fought for the independence of Ghana. And because of that, that's why we all are putting our resources together to build the party. It's like our national anthem. Yenara assassini. Yenananum ye tuasono, and then the yenso be ye biatoso. The party right now, we need a good leadership. Nanado has failed the NPP. Why? So many things. He came in, he swore to us he will use a discipline, accountability. He failed.
Yet to be fagged, near money's got na fa nkoko ishe ro kokra titiskeni bi ma no wado dapa no akọ report so a repu ni a che no na che se de mo aguade
you be a minister of finance nese ministry bi edina yaba no establish LC manual now kasa dia ene mo ministers na mo ti wona mo heli sayid mo hwe ni
of mine ho na de mo ye Ghana na
ye drew quarter ni ewo mu bia no be ma na dadi na afi court wasem bi ka kire me awaka esese wo frɛ wo bi ba no be deny or affirm whatever I am saying. We are going to do that. What it hodom na
doctored. It is a manipulated tape. It is a cut and pieced together tape.
Me say I swear God. Me say bo pa mo nya attempt. Me ma mo show down wa say.
On resign ne. On resign o china. Obekos wa ya na Attorney General anwa ya na juma senior.
Yet to be fagged near money.
Your first president, your friend Jerry John Lawrence. What free was second president, your friend John Ajekum Kufuor. Third president, your friend John Evans Atamers. Fourth president, your friend John Mahama. yeah. Mr. Mo, yeah, Bonum. A man for or more Casamoa, no more Bonum Musawa used to know when you're serious. Yeah, so.
Any joke as well.
Now, yeah, you fifth president, you know. Ghana for so day.
Abuja for mema akwa about about 1 hour with Munufie so we gidi say ho eye and then so da foforo awrade nyankopon de amaye enti me no ba betten but e bia na de yentimi nkone the full 1 hour and I think say a lot of things are happening behind the scene na ene yenim say ye Jakpa ene Ato Forson ene Attorney General Godfred Dame issue no ye the court na Ghana court say ni nyinanim no ye unanimous 7 unanimous 9 ene ye unanimous 1 or true and something in Atogu. Because the outcome of the court na yinim that into enya de say afina as obi ba behwehwe ehun se bia na e ba se na kosi sen because yin nim say Godfred Dame da se bia kokota udibem na style of us udibem no ena Jakpa e record no so we were not going to court to win but rather na ye pese obi ehun say na Godfred Dame no otie say na judicial system na etie enti NDC for our in the case in already here's a fina judge be ebeka say another say that be my judge in decision and now the barada now after the court no yam kwenem kwoti Attorney General ugina badwam a auto asorenyom.
Today when I was coming I had a song in my spirit, head of that church triumphant. You know that song? I know. Please. We joyfully adore thee. And then it goes on. Precisely. Continue. Have to play it in your radio stations. The most important point today is that all the applications filed by the applicants have been dismissed in their entirety. All the 5 applications have failed. Today, when I was coming, I had a song in my spirit. Head of that church triumphant. You know that song? I know. Please. We joyfully adore thee. And then it goes on. Precisely. Continue. Have to play it in your radio stations. The most important point today is that all the applications filed by the applicants have been dismissed in their entirety. All the 5 applications have failed.
Yenim da ira Godfred Dame Ghana ni bia nim decision na be fi court ho aba nti enye say wona be kan kire say all the 4 applications has been dismissed yenim da decision na eba enti we nya surprising things obegina wato asoro nyoma wotu yi Ghana ni bi otie kire bi ehun say papa ye wonji nyankopon ndi because asoro nyoma no kofa na 9 free hand de be hye nanum okofa de tifiri hand de be wura na say that is how he was singing onima de kokora na wo ye. And that is the Ghana we've been building. Ghana they are building in democracy since 1992 now. This is the direction because you to aba a year maya you man opportunities on when you Attorney General judges a go in a 1 appoint you. And yes surprising say outcome of all the court cases never no me so say Ghana ni bia enye ne wanwa. Attorney General ni Jakpa judge no mokotena ne film kodi asem no judge no na Attorney General enyina ye adwuma na Nado Chambers no under one umbrella inti won za asem ne ba asem e di court no yekodi wo fie asa na asem no apia abonten asem na ese kan court no yekogina court bi fie court no ne colleague na Attorney General we inti we enya surprise in area Godfred Dame nsema wo to wo kan nyina no e ade a obi anim dada. Key members of your political party, including Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan, can say, Ato Forson na modern court no, or no kwana on tiasie. If you couldn't go to the full analysis na Kennedy Ohene Japan no on this particular matter.
But honestly, I'll be frank. Me nim sa someone will court here. But I disagree. I disagree with Ato Forson. Yes. Now truth will kill me because Sawusi will be a minister of finance. Nese ministry be edine yaba no establish LC manwa. Now Casadia, any more ministers now Motiwana Muheli Said. Muheni.
I will be a baby woman winning.
Well, but I'm telling you, Maridi Kakra, and I'm just saying, in principle, Sawuka James Ato Forson causing financial loss to the state because he established an LC for a ministry. It is not his responsibility to check, say, anyone buyer Nasama. It is the responsibility of that particular ministry. I will establish an LC on his behalf to check.
And on to the BSS of any year.
What you say? Media, Mrs. Who you sue and no as causing and causing financial loss to the state. I disagree. Okay. Me must state my position. And I'm so watching but
oh, there be
maybe
I have facts available.
I know the facts. I know. What you say? I disagree. Because yes, sir, ministers, you are not even empowering anybody to sign anything. Because they will take a clue from Ato Forson. It is a whole reform, sir.
Unfortunately, no, Ato Forson is in court.
Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan says, "Oh, we phone sir, no one sir." The reason why as I been by and say phone sir, any nipansa no, almost the same. And he say, "Oh, we now I need careful a bebo si so." Or say he has all the facts of the case. Onim bibia Ato Forson enye boni bia, but a punishment keke ena kwabrani bi pese odema Ato Forson. The outcome of the court and they say court no throw away all the cases in say Attorney General anyway. It went further to say tips in the background and Attorney General implicating is all catching Jakpa say on one ma young prosecutor to force but rather no a advice and all the man. That is the charge. Now after that no judge na catch there Attorney General says so beti media nka wonhwe ne ho mfira seminum ne mani pa from meka but Attorney General say ono de Kwan bia es of us or Ato Forson eco prison bia the conti case no on twene ho obeto so aye beto so di assembly say ko se we entity man muni bia nim the outcome of court case we are eba enye anything new and I eba when you take the ingredients of the case me pa chama me fa onko sameja mfito ne boase on joy explaining and something nyina kwa ase fiko yenko na yenko bisa same jamfi na my explanations e wo ne ma Jakpa tape ni nyina court nyina emu
on phone with a represented party without his lawyer. Plea bargaining involves telling an accused person you are prosecuting to forge a medical excuse duty. Plea bargaining includes telling a witness who by law is supposed to testify to matters he perceives, matters he knows to be true, persuading him to testify to matters that you think, you, an adversary, think to be the truth. Is that plea bargaining? You see, there's been a lot of talk about, let's talk in line with our training as lawyers. But what is actually being done on this platform is that the law and the training we've been given as lawyers is being turned upside down. This is the apogee of intellectual dishonesty.
I haven't
seen the things on the table. What has that got to do with plea bargaining? Or we don't know what the plea bargaining law actually talks about. I've not mentioned anybody. I've not mentioned you, my brother. I've not mentioned you. Let the viewers judge. And you will realize that I've not interjected or echoed you once.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute.
You're going to distort my
thought. Hold on.
No.
Write what you want.
No.
Keep your thought.
When you were talking,
I will not.
You even made personal
I will not sit here
against my person.
I didn't say anything.
And I wrote them down. I didn't
say anything against your person.
So you're going to.
I said
you're going to show me the same respect.
Please. I've shown.
And you're going to allow me to make my point. So take your pen and your paper. I've shown you. Write the comments I'm making which you disagree with. But I will make my point.
I've showed you.
If something allows you to interject, I have showed you. Then I must also be allowed to interject when you speak.
I have showed you.
So then allow me to make my point. Allow me to make my point.
Hold on for a minute.
This show has rules.
I have showed you so much respect.
Please, let me make my
point.
Wait,
just a minute. I don't intend that.
If you allow this, then you are going to allow me to interject.
I don't intend that you came here with an attitude to disrespect me. Because I have never disrespected you here. I have
what
never
have
made,
I said?
I have
here,
not, please. You said I made comments against your person. I have never made any comment against your person. All right.
Please.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You see, if Sammy Gyamfi is making a point, there are 3 discussants: myself, him, and Kuku Pencil. I have never, throughout the transcript of this proceeding, said anything about plea bargain. So if he is talking in the context of plea bargain, he should situate it to Kuku Pencil. He should not use general words to describe all of us.
That's a fair point.
Please.
Okay. Sammy, so
Two things.
yes.
Let me just respond. Number one, he says he has not spoken about me. He has. When he suggested that I have used interpret language.
Can we progress without this?
Something, allow me to talk, because you see, there are 2 people who are ad idem on this subject. They've had ample time to speak. Allow me to also make my point respectfully.
So progress on the substantive.
On the substantive point
right.
is that when he suggested that I was using interpret language, it was unfair because I have not. And as a lawyer, per his training, he knows that if I build my case and on the basis of that say that case shows a lack of integrity on the part of the Attorney General, that is not interpret language.
His objection.
Now, let's go on.
The question of intellectual dishonesty on this platform.
Lawyers don't even say intellectual dishonesty in court.
On the question of plea bargaining, which he has not spoken to. So it's fair.
Oh, I will tell you.
Now go on.
Okay.
No, Sammy, go on.
Yes, I am going on. I'm going on.
Sorry, let's allow
the
him
intellectual dishonesty in respect to him is about his use of the phrase that conversation we are talking about, the tape, was a without prejudice conversation. A telephone call conversation is not without prejudice. This is trite. And so, as a senior lawyer at the bar, you cannot suggest on a public platform like this, arguably the biggest platform in this country, that a telephone call conversation
let's not stay
between
there.
the Attorney General and a representative.
So go to your substantive point, then to get to him. Yes.
No, number one. They say that the tape we are talking about, Mr. Davis says that it is doctored. As a lawyer, he knows the law governing the issue of doctored tapes. The case of Kennedy Japan versus Anas is clear. If you want me to read, I'll read that to you. Even in the submission or the ruling of this trial court on the application for submission of no case answer, the judge lays that law very clearly. That when a person asserts the affirmative and another person asserts the negative, the burden of proof is on the person asserting the negative, the positive, to adduce evidence to support his claim. So if we have put out our tape and we are saying it is not doctored, and you say that it is doctored, the onus is on you to adduce evidence to show the doctrine. So far, you have not adduced a scintilla of evidence to show any doctrine. Again, you don't even have the locus in law to even say the tape is doctored, because what you're saying is total hearsay. You were not on that phone call. The person who was on that phone call is Mr. Dame, who is very vibrant in the media. Neither Mr. Dame or his spokesperson, my good friend Wilberforce, has been able, since we published this tape, he has been able on any media platform to say that the tape was doctored. Neither Mr. Dame or his official spokesperson has been able. The Office of the Attorney General has also not been able to even say that the tape was doctored. So that wishy-washy response is very weak. We can't work with it. Again, he says that the tape is pieced together. So he should tell us which parts of the tape we have heard is pieced together. You don't deny that there was a call. You don't deny that the voice on the call was Mr. Dame. You say that parts have been pieced together. Which part has been pieced together? Show us.
There was a part that was repeated.
Yes.
And I think they referenced that in their press conference to show the piecing together.
There is no part of the tape we put out which is repeated. Not even one part. Not even one part. I heard him at his press conference saying that the tape is doctored because we said we will start our press conference at 2 p.m. and we started around 3 p.m. so we were doctoring the tape. This is law. These are the people who say they are trained lawyers and they always speak in accordance with their training.
No, you cannot say that.
Okay, I take that.
You cannot say that.
I take that back.
You cannot say that.
Now, number two. Let me go on. Now, number two.
He's withdrawn it. He's withdrawn it.
Now, number two. I don't like the way he's treated.
He's withdrawn it.
Because I have more withdraw than he has.
He's withdrawn it.
No, I have more.
Don't go there.
It's an opinion. And I respected your vengeance.
It's not an opinion. It's wrong. It's wrong.
You cannot
now,
say
Mr. Davis, you see,
he has withdrawn it. Sammy,
let's go.
Sammy, please.
Now, he also goes on to say
he has withdrawn that.
He goes on to say that on the tape, Mr. Dame is not heard coaching or persuading the third accused in any way. And Samson, you yourself, you said it on the tape. He is urging a position about the effect of letters of credit and what happened in the transaction, in dispute. And he tells the accused person that if you testify the way I want you to testify, if you testify according to my theory, my position, it presents no difficulty for you. It makes the matter simple. He says that repeatedly on the tape. Repeatedly on the tape. In fact, Asase Radio, which is owned by Gabi Ochredako, they put out a story. And in the story, they attribute quotes to the Attorney General. And if you look at those quotations, they say that at a meeting at the residence of a Supreme Court judge, the Attorney General, they quote him as telling the accused person that I will give you an exhibit, cabinet approval. I will ask you A, B, C, D. Answer yes to this one. Answer no. These are quotations put out by Asase Radio that Mr. Dame, very vibrant in the media, has not been able to dispute. So in the face of this overwhelming evidence, if you tell us, discerning Ghanaians, that he was not coaching him, he was not conferring with him or persuading him, what are you talking about?
Sammy, you know that as lawyers, we are not experts in everything.
Yes, we are not.
And particularly as we are in general practice, people come with their issue.
Yes.
We take the facts and put the law around it. You hear them discussing the LC.
Yes.
And you can clearly see that the guy is more knowledgeable about the LC than the AG. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's something very wrong with that.
What is it?
Before you go to court and build your prosecution, your case on an LC, you must first of all seek experts' knowledge on what an LC is. It is not when you have already opened your case and closed the case, and an accused person is going to court to testify, that you go to the accused person for education on what an LC is. No lawyer worth his salt does that. When you have already opened your case and closed your case, and now the accused person is going to court, what are you afraid of? That you can't wait for him to come to court and give his testimony. And if you disagree, undermine that testimony in the box, which is what any lawyer, any trained lawyer would do. Now, my brother, again, please. Again, he says that where is the criminal conduct? In the tape you played, even on this show, Mr. Dame is heard telling the third accused to, even though he knew he was very fit, to go and procure a medical excuse duty.
If that were proving, that is misconduct, not crime.
No, that is crime. That is crime because if you check section 213 and 214, fabrication of evidence, and 214, if I can I read 214?
But that will not be evidence.
That is evidence. Medical excuse duty, bringing a medical excuse duty to the court to say that you are sick when you are fit is what?
It's evidence for what?
It is evidence to get the court to adjourn, to allow the Attorney General, the prosecutor, to travel. The Attorney General cannot tell the court that give me, an adjournment. He doesn't even trust his deputy and the DPP to take over the case when in his absence. He wants an accused person who is a witness.
But that doesn't contribute to the case. It doesn't contribute to the case. How the judgment will be rendered.
Whether it contributes to the case or not is irrelevant. 213 says, anyone who fabricates evidence to deceive a court is guilty of perjury. And 214 defines what is that deception. It says that if you bring any circumstance to exist that deceives a court, you are guilty of perjury. So by telling him to go for a fake medical excuse duty, he was telling the witness to bring a circumstance to exist in court that would deceive a court. Then finally, my brother, Mr. Pencil keeps on saying that this evidence, even if true, borders on ethical conduct of the AG, it cannot impact. I don't understand this. we are all trained lawyers again. Don't we all know, Samson, that every accused person has a right to a fair trial? And if the accused person can show evidence that a certain trial is unfair, malicious, that can lead to the termination of the case through an order for mistrial. This, if you look at even the affidavit that has now, the application and affidavit in support of Mr. Jakpa, asking for the termination of the proceedings.
Okay.
He is telling you that the Attorney General, he has evidence of the Attorney General telling him that he is innocent. He is not a target. He has no case to answer. But that due to pressure from the then finance minister and the president of the republic,
as you can see,
the court will determine that.
As you can see, I was pointing out to Senior Pencil that if there is a possibility that this can impact on the matter in the sense that these applications, if they carried the two applications asking that the matter be, completely terminated, would have meant that it has impacted on the matter. But there's difference in opinion. So let me come to. That was your last point.
Let me just.
You said last. Conclude.
I just wanted to reinforce a point that you made.
All right, lawyer Sami Jamfi at a point was giving education to NPP seasoned lawyer Frank Davis. What I say? Lawyer Sami Jamfi was giving education to NPP seasoned lawyer Frank Davis. And even some say now, the host of the program, they didn't even know the law. But surprisingly, one would say the position of NPP, the same position, and a trial judge and so the say the AG was just giving an advice and it has nothing to do. But if you listen to the tape, to say the lawyer Sami Jamfi, AG or no committee perjury, all judge, what was the AG in here? Anyway, we leave that to posterity to judge. So we a judge. And the power now say make decisions for the nation. So if you think these kind of decisions are unanimous 7, unanimous 8, unanimous 7, unanimous 1, and then we need decision by we are not going to say anything. And that is the reason Attorney General PFU.
Today, when I was coming, I had a song in my spirit. Head of that church, triumphant. You know that song?
I know.
Please. We joyfully adore thee. And then it goes on. Precisely. Continue. Now to play it in your radio stations. The most important point today is that all the applications filed by the applicants have been dismissed in their entirety.
No, say they are going to be dismissed because that is your position, that is your style. The only Attorney General, yet me drag you to court for misconduct and then unprofessionalism. And if you think that this tag is something you also appreciated, but the reason why Godfred Dame say now the then finance minister person will prosecute Ato Forson. Ato Forson is so hard in parliament to say now my finance minister Almost the assembly about Ato Forson digs down and then brings the root of the matter out. Until Mangrophobic say, Ato Forson could have on anyone or higher busy. Ato. But you some kind of particular statement,
This is the same Ato Forson. Ato, is it the same you? Is this Ato Forson? Ato.
But you what I say? Ato Forson to me have minus and then majority leader to me team say Ato Forson. A one am kobo akwa we hope said there be akwa we am pebi am fa nyana. Ato be higher day. 81 majority leader started say odi tro gu Ato Forson so akan sem fun anything fini niam enim egu Ato Forson so. Offer economic data now was seen as against Ato Forson. Send a bay a Ghana for because they were Ato Forson and yet credible Ato Forson and yet correct. After that, they decided to drag Ato Forson to court. But you can the whole message in a you are afraid your markings edema in parliament whilst you were referring to Ato. Then you make your own judgment out of it. Remember, Jumana said, I will let you see things you might not have seen. And I say, one who could have come, then make your own informed decisions about everything. Please, let's go and watch that particular video in parliament.
This is the same Ato Forson. Ato, is it the same you? Is this Ato Forson? Ato Forson. Were you not the person who could not draw down on the CDB loan? Were you not the one who could not implement successfully the IMF facility that disbursement seized? Are you not the same person? Yes, I tell you on authority that during your time, you could not successfully implement the IMF deal. Sit down. Mr. Speaker, this is the same Ato Forson who today want to create a certain impression about the finance minister. Now you see, say it is sweet you. Sit down. Mr. Speaker, this is the same Ato Forson. The NDC government has not, the NDC party has not introduced any new person. Mr. Speaker, they have not introduced a new idea.
Honorable members,
they have not.
Time is going. He's left with 10 minutes, please. He's left with 10 minutes, so don't.
The NDC party, led by its Ato Forson in this parliament, are not new to this economy. Mr. Speaker, they had an opportunity to rule. They were in office for 8 years. They failed the people of Ghana. This government came and implemented the free SHS. This government came and used another route to ensure that our fisher folks have had a relief. Today, we have 10 landing beach projects ongoing. Honorable Ato Forson, the then Deputy Finance Minister from Central Region, could not do anything, any physical infrastructure to turn around the coastal economy. Ato Forson could not lead such a charge for the people of Central Region. Ato Forson and his team of NDC MPs could not, at the time, do anything to alleviate the poverty levels. But today, they are enjoying the liberties of opposition to criticize this government. It is strange. It is rich. It is rich to hear Ato Forson. It is rich to hear Ato Forson.
Enti, after your markings, no. This is where the game started. When it started, they decided, okay, let's attack Dr. Ato Forson. And now, you incited the people of Central Region against Dr. Ato Forson. But I'm not trying to emphasize. Because man who say, Papa, then okay, let's adopt another strategy. Then they have to drag Ato Forson to court over something Ato Forson has no knowledge or near Bonibia Senate Kennedy Japan, Ekano. And then the whole Attorney General, it's me for the third accused person, say, or then no air that see any trongo Ato Forson, so in fact Ato Forson go to Papa Timenya, and I judge it again as Ato Forson, in Fanenco, on 20 case, and so now AG anyway, at CSA. That is the Ghana we are all building. ABN, you might be in power, but China, power will shift. ABN, we are judge, we pension. Then when you sit behind the fence and then you see good governance, and this is for the baba, then you start to clap your hands and say, hey, sana buy Papa Biwo. When we are building the society, and you don't take care, say, society in a building, it's all inclusive government in a year. And found NPP, will abandon but what can be, make a hobby. And this is what is a one casa, near money question also one casa. At the point, they will charge it against you or they will charge it on you. That is the modus operandi of NPP for. That is their style. Not surprising, say, hopes in me for the whole dynamite. Echo to voter regime because somebody wants to be president. One will say, and then somebody wants to be president again, on my side, I shall say. Say, Kasana Chichine, Wagadre, ne Azan 419. It's a name of a brave. But Mr. NDC lawyer for us, they should also be very careful because when you are going to court, you should know, say, judges now you are appearing before them, no. Or maybe they can't do something with fear that. Say, yes, you read Jakpa. It's me record Attorney General, Nenki, Nims or Makosia judge before Fene or Kulendi or whatever. Say, if you the idea, seven say that some Abba court demo. And the one will say, NDC released the tape of Jakpa and Godfred Dame. NPP Frank Davis ene na bi mo ebe gina simpie so press conference omo ye and the same outcome no and a judge no so e de aba obeto ne attorney general so on resign china na bi went again to even say Ato Forson e disca wa ye birim ti e de be ko prison and no be na judge ne kan judge say enye court ne be kan sa so they should go away. When the whole nation I say yeah build no, it seems to say a special group or special breeds of nipa bi abo man ho ba bi say they have special knowledge, special skills and omon kwa na Ghana omo de omon kwa ni nim nyansa enti when you don't align with them then they have to punish you. I know can be in Ghana for when you are going on to an election, especially this year election, you should be very, very careful. Don't choose wiser leaders. Don't choose people you think that they can govern the nation very, very well. Nipa or young from Suwana Oka or Jitum. And your mom, the Omonka in Nimiansa. Mama can do be any Miansa baby. So that is the direction that they believe say the whole Ghana and Omonka in Nimiansa. Omonka in Nimiansa. Until they are some court 1,000 times a unanimous decision about no answer. It's like you went there to sing or you went there not to even talk law. Until 4 applications here, the judge and the nyansa same ni ba kokorem. 4 you know nyansa same ni ba kokorem. Ya then I say why are so I think so ma maybe a. Why there? Ghana na was saying no. So was saying no. The same judges na court na kwa jam punching out the nipa court to prison no. The same microphone I been no. We am very, very sure so ja punche. Asa na okudu baby wadu no. Yeah, na nabi sa no kan any boy. O say attorney general no obeto aso en adwuma because they are all protecting their work. Me kan last say your key institutions be our Ghana. NDC folks should be very careful and then start to watch them very carefully. Godfred Dame NPP lose akunya or losing adwuma. I see a don't get the answer. I can't say NDC ba power. You be prosecute no. So in the next year no, quite be a Godfred Dame be first or NDC ma power be an o man em maso na wa could prosecute no. But I say. So when you preempt these kind of people say, hey, what do we buy you say ya? Quite be on so be first or ma be an or be first. Ebiem uko easy ya. Nipa 4 no mo head easy ni nyina na na do don buy. It is a NPP are buying a Lucia, almost lose automatically. That is what they all sense. It quite be a buffer or man or man losing a Jobiano, Obejina so. If I just second point is what I say. Oko police ma IGP are buying way na appointing no or protecting a Juma. NCCE are buying way na appointing no or protecting a Juma. And all the key institutions in say democratic principles that you building in the society no you bear hands and you raising the bar and high and no omunyina political leaders omunyina your judges been mo kwa omo contest NPP seat da. I'm not here to name names but they know themselves. Uko easier your easy commissioners or they were NPP communicators. They know themselves. I'm not here to name names. I will not name names or I will not mention names. I don't know if which of the English is good. Yes, John Kuma. Also, you knew that outcome even before the court. Because NDC, they say they first came out to the public and then public because communication in a course or no. And you go for damage is basically natural. Also, a doctor that drew call to you. Where is the original our hair? Well, yet you know, say the outcome, and they say court and because when you're going to be into ourselves. Of course, we all know. Say Ghana and be anywhere, hidden secret, open secret. Ghana and be the outcome and NPP for there's some court ever. So you don't stay somewhere and think say obi any obi any. That is how it goes. Na abayno oye ne den Ghana for your margin say amamu na obu no mani nje ho a ebesesa. Canada Japan say any election year, Ghana for I am arguing say Omon Kasano, Oma for Muhammad Dada. And you now bet you Ghana for Adia Omonye. Get that message right.
In 2024 election, MPP lost that election in 2022. I repeat, election now for 2024. MPP won. We lost the election in 2022. Why? And when I see you know, I say I'm a businessman. All the way to tomato seller. They see Cassiel Ghana for one day. And my middle class for atom pounds. And we see Cassiel. You have been 15 years. Oh my phone one day. And my pension for I see Cassiel. Oh my phone one day. Anytime they are on my new bed now. Ghana for your man to this one Casaro. No my phone one day.
So what I say? Canada Japan say anytime be a year election or money bed near Ghana for better or Moncasano or my for Mohadjane. Kukuromotino, Ghana for Mohadjo, Munim Nipa or Madecomano, and Yakiti Patapao, Dabi, Ghana for Mohadjane. This way the West Canada Japan at the Mamo, or say a far about 2 way I acquired this year, no, Munufie 2022. Because 2022, I must say economy no, and my business is in a sick. Enti enye Godfred Dame na de wagadre be ba we ni aba ma o ana enye easy chairperson ene be wi aba no ma o Ghana for mo adwen I already say they going to vote against NPP. As simple as that. If I just always see 2 million na chire sie Canada Japan na kan o say anytime be a Ghana for buy o ma adwen say o mo nkasa no obi afa na adwen dada enti o pa masa dada nipa o pa chendi sifo nyina fa kugum. They will vote for them on be you free prison edomaba. Me so Ato Forson be se Kwame Nkrumah no. Obeda prison we niaba. Na NPP for they don't learn. If they learn and can never no dey Kwame Nkrumah no, they wouldn't be repeating the same things every time. Because never na omba power mo opposition. Whenever they come, then they start to implement or they start to do the same thing. That is why they go into opposition. But I promise NPP for say mo mistake this election when you jump onto opposition 30 years kura mo biem mo ko position mo be di 35 years in opposition mo biem because Ghana for nyina homo we say Ghana for agimi obi a na adwen say abato na mo to a mo ye de mo wiem no ma we ni aba na ye de mamo so mo ntimi sen ruling nation ni ye no obi a so nkasa obi a so nkasa so wo hwe mo. So so pa ba na dem ma. Aha, Mamudu ba mi ase also person president. Nti ya man so me president kakara. What the vice president na me African leader na say NPP aban we in Ghana also opa komia no. Ye the other man also you cannot perform. And also also men tweme ho. That is my problem with this kind of people. Aka wo we wa dwen say wo de opesa otena komia no so no. Magana sikasem enyina yie, mamabunu ne mrante enya adwuma nye. Sisi mine ye ene Ghana kwan nyina say woda obi da hospital na nsu eto age say ye kwatwani firi ho still wo say woda why mine ye we mine ye we anyway NPP leader planet USA can just say Nanado fail because Nanado nsem o kan say no be president nyina no ontimi anye korokora and nyame na ese me ka adekora na moye na kirem ese mo ankasa munim ne ma moye say ya unim enya munim. Now 6 months apart can Mamudu Baumia. This is the chance to redeem your image. Also your PhD holder, redeem your image. And yes, papa, odenim guasie ene bekufie. Now kwa o mabiem. Because answer na obeje komia nsem bia o ka kire Ghana fo bia kokora ne ma otimi di so. Kokora ne ma otimi di so. Enyina no wa kansiniti ase asa we de nada na beje akomia no fi Ghana for nsem and you think say the same nada na betima se ma we ne aba Ghana for hu to awie o enya de Ghana ni bia beto ba ma obiem dabi na Ghana ni hwana na adwen mu da wa beto ba ma Dr. Mamudu Baumia Ghana ni bia ni obey sa ankwase asem no sebe sorry for this kind of choice of word because the time I obey president ya Ghana ni na ho e beto we nyina ma nyina yakọ nsebam ese tima mu ne wote hwa na ese wape be bia wonam na ese ne wonam opreko abuja for me patcho so when you subscribe platform here 1 hour with Munufie. We come live Monday to Friday 5 p.m. Ghana time. We stream live no more insults. We just say things you can't. That is how we do things. In Timamenka, 1 or 2 messages via banner, we continue from our point. Akume also which image? I don't know. Maybe I'm Mahmoud Bawumia or image be or Babe protected. Kakrada Akana, what they say, or she also a PhD holder, or a doctor, or your doctor or panio, or a doctor in economics. But I was saying, Ghana for coffee, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Dr. Nikita, and I say, can I my doctor say, and queer doctor say, deal with him. So we need to check my name and say which of them of course PhD not turning out to be jokes. You see, a concert party no nama your boy reggae could know Sahara life or no I say style be. The last time I show picture be a papa kita kura me minima de kura gu kura no if I chose him kura calabash. Doctor you say doctor ikramo. Doctor Sukita Kora no onum me ubi sa me se din guma minti menchere because Kora no Doctor Emma you who are the crop and gum but you could see say Doctor Kita Kora no calabash na adiebi gum Doctor Enom if I just only bakuru kita Kora you train no den wow me ba jo Kora den e denom say pitu ne denom. And I had to say Pito and answer fufu. These two things, any of them. That is what I know. And not to be surprised to say who say a doctor age in a platform so. Now say you about reggae now or Sahara life. You about Adwana or sa yeah. But a man and young woman. So what I say, a man and young woman because Dr. Fihano no kita kora asana oba. Doctor Eba platform we say this answer we know. In fact, the makade kwa nikita doctor achiro. No kita kora. Me say bit me hunyuma no more body asana doctor esa. Wow, but anyway, what they say, me just say my hair yeah, I was a more. From here to the stage, you could see the answer. Uja Ghana, the man say, I don't know. About Bogana next time, be happy. Or the Ghana, we got to pray. Hey, Ghana, I am about to do. It is because you come there. Scarlet no more trippy too, no. We American Muslim. Sadek, we are about there. Kremuni or trippy too style be. I feel good now. I bob of money. I went all sad to our secretary. Hey, king. So now, it's also reggae. What's a man 12? I know so. Joe, could you say my brains are not working? I don't know. Meaning brains, you could say if you compare my brains with that of your leader, there, you could see the difference is clear. As some I can want to say because when we are telling you to use your common sense, you don't want to use it. That is the problem of people like you. Problem I'm no because when somebody says oh yeah economics near or no only economy na now do catch the Ghana for he actually said the reason why he was bringing Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on 8 years in opposition and then 8 years in power and say ombera no meto to Ghana sika asem ye na obeduru na say Ghana sika asem say na ye kan o somebody's brain is not working properly. I want say wow kasa no why brain no form. Because when you are being say, I been in your the amount who you see. So when you saw being now, ever how? Because when Mahmoud Bawumia wanted to become a president, he was constantly saying some words. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. And the exchange rate started to expose you now. People like you come to defend because you don't want to use your brain. You think the Ghana for you from no. Ghana, most Ghanaians are now discerning-minded people. So we use the brains at work. We analyze issues. Maybe see the model. The reason why I come on live every day is not to convince you to do anything, but rather now I present to you the facts to use your brain. One can use the brain and come out with better conclusions. I bet me about. That is why I come here. And yes, I mean, be compare movie there. That is not what I'm doing here. Me see use brains in your media man, and then things I say on this particular show, listen to it. Oh, that again, oh, yeah, I know you're in me. Say and then, oh, person, unya constant data in Ghana. Ungita 300 cities, untiminya data for 1 month. Na bisa also 1 month, say the amount. And the cost of living in Ghana na skyrocketed. I know say wow women wouldn't say cost of living in Ghana is higher than normal. And the amount is say is kind of and so I said when you are say what are doing and couple the amount ube you say wow wasem. I'm not here to say anything to you. You should common sense in your couple the amount. Now one kasa for coming out with conclusion of yourself.
For this and then 21st April year 2 ama. And let no MPP for one share na one yen yamaye that economic hardship and the dollar and 13.6 and the dollar no kwa na ekoso kwa na tia baketo bi na sa kwa but what you was breaking the aid MPP about for this and then 21st April year 2 ama and let no MPP for one share na one yen yamaye that economic hardship and the dollar and 13.6 and the dollar no kwa na ekoso kwa na tia baketo bi na sa kwa but what you was breaking the aid MPP about for this and then 21st April year 2 ama and let no MPP for man share na man yen yamaye that economic hardship and the dollar and 13.6 and the dollar no kwa na ekoso kwa na tia baketo bi na sa kwa but what you was breaking the aid.
What I say? What was breaking the eight? Where your common sense now? Blind Bulgaria, sabe, or DNP for each. He is rather saying this kind of things. Now say, wow, they were new or no much in making kind. Now I'm Ghana, na Ghana for us. I was already Ghana, and I okay, Mawa. Say, wow, was him. Somebody like Safo Kantanka, one of those kind of people. I was say people sometimes maybe problem no. Obi awako school ni matro ni makenkan. Na so yes own news I na kenkan na. I have problem with this kind of people. The biggest problem no be near Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia exhibiting no. Mako school me a PhD holder yet he behaves like this Obi Onko school da. And now some of us have started to question the PhD. Ekita Savapano. The same thing Ekita Nkrofobi Safo Kantanka or commenting those kind of people say the school no makona. I don't even know school mokoe. So kwana ju school ni bi I don't know. Cashman is a good evening movie. Bawumia is just offbeat like the way they are managing the economy. Yes, Cashman. Economy in Namana also Nama. She said they are mismanaging the economy. Or man mismanaging it to the sense they say Mahmoud Bawumia koda. No, this will be a Kansembia. Or Kujina stage so he starts to say the same thing. How on earth will Mahmoud Bawumia be telling Ghana for say Obama tax amnesty, Obama tax so Obama flat tax rate, massa. Now the office is Jimmy Sanasene. And somewhere you know what kind of da what do you mean so? Oh, see a man come be president and Obama flat tax rate. Obama Ghana import duties from Abra na importers ejina wo so head of Ghana's economic management team is to say money more thing. Teacher for the nurses benefit money because salary no the more cost of living and match. Okoto cement na kosi den enye ye okoto iron rods enye ye enne gare kura no Ghana ye import banche jene Ghana if jene fi Burkina Faso neba also the policy by say planting for food and jobs Ghana import jene from Burkina Faso we what was say who defend this aban we say o mo adwen bi aban na adwen no way ai masa I was surprised engo kura Ghana ekra banche Ghana ekra kontomire Ghana ekra planting for food and jobs na momo gis kana DS John mo di dis kana mo di be wu se koton Achimota forest na de mo busa for na wa oh what wa Max comment no Achimota forest ye ton to bi ma o ye ton Achimota forest bi ma o bra champo akoto Ghana big hotels nyina no wo kan ho bi Master, sometimes you people, if you are educated, and say you're uneducated, educated people, people be too much sense now. Don't write because the moment you write, people foresee say you don't have brains at the right now. I say, we've been a baby, watch to come and post these kind of things, but rather than use your own sense. That is something we need to be doing as a nation, as a society. In the youthful people, we need to tell the old ones from when we say, "Hey, these are the directions that we want the mind." No, someone they call this is quite a person for the mind. First of all, say na moye nebe na what your contract current dem a uhu baby the contract dem a the contract dem a you see it here now the mind say there's nothing wrong with it. You think everything is okay. O future na say no. O man bo say what to was here Ghana mpanyifo nyina yare a omokọ abruchiri no obi say ho say wo yare now to Ghana dey better healthcare ena unya na no ye rajo nkuma ebe we no ko hospital Germany sa oba Ghana ba ko pe no wuye ye ra yiti means ko wu South Africa metima listing mpanyifo bebro mo nyina wu abruchiri Oyare an hospital. Eura former finance minister, FNC no free address say de. Omo yina ko wu abrochiri. Oh, South Africa. Oh, Ghana, then you are making noise, breaking the 8 for more to do more, breaking the 8. Breaking 8 now by Yaruba one day. Yaruba two hospital pass on in na so na gu asom chururu ya ko pia afiri ho. Ya bones we Yaruba two former na Yaruba two benches so. Until they say when ya by papa na we see hospitals bound. Or ye better rules. Na be more the throne na da ne aza abeje komia no mutimi perform. Now you still think say you want to vote for them. Wan kasa wasem. Na do si kukurumuti no. Obi anso nsamfa nkosi ba bi so. So obeto majo ma obeto ma alhaji do tamamudu ba mi wan kasa wasem. Na do ne kai I did not say this kind of words. Enti kukurumuti no wan kasa wasem nipa obeto ma ne wa wasem. Me ameti hai opa akotoma bamudu ba mi you see what is going to happen to you. Obe complaints are obe chiro sa o manum because almost kana mo pe no mo de anato manyeske ne bia wo nwe ho enti say wo tena Ghana ho now say ye mu bi manya adaje I research presenting it to you based on issues now say wunti a wa wasem wan kasa wasem media makama sem wi and I've given you two best alternatives John Mamani Mamudu Bawumia make your own informed decision. But me, I'm based on the things I have seen, I have heard. John Mama way Mamudu Bawumia to say 80% of Mamudu Bawumia number 20 or 15%. Then we don't come on share the amount of 5% abesoso. Mamudu Bawumia and NPP now come Mamudu Bawumia and now the Boma. Or the two together in now. John Mama outweigh or more. Cassiel what the Fananado name Mamudu Bawumia in a boom. I won't make your mama baby, and it is data. Data speaks for itself. Mamudu Bawumia na kachere. Or see those who fear data no cannot rule a nation. And only mama mo papa and the data beto watch na wudwane. But data on the ground, data in Ghana, IMF, ne World Bank, in the data. She said, "Your mama, what the Mamudu Bawumia together with Nanado, a boom." Your mama change money na. Nti say also the own penalty ya wa kasa wasem and when say nipa we asan be gina woni mse to aba mana na wo say pesa nipa no ene minima de a wo pe biem minima de a wo pe and that is what we be doing here they kind of natural say wa kasa use wa dwen no na fa to aba na sa dwen no so man nya adwuma de a me maka kire we what wa mo be kire sa and then you start to cry every 4 years. You start to cry because it adwene to him anya ntum. But media prediction about to ye NPP it minya ana alhaji Dr. Mamudu Bawumia it minya 30% of the voter. I'll question Ghanaians integrity. We shall form a democracy. Yame Adoma, China, Yameba. But me pacho so you subscribe ya, you kindly subscribe to the platform na if you did be a twitching komabum. Ubitimi ashe nso send be afoforo nso ensabeka. Na afide yen hit it straight away na yenko. Enti Rafa Kumi will say my problem is the young people who defended foolishness because they have been given a few cities. Please think of your future. That is it. Because if you are not thinking about your future, then you only think about it. You come out tablet back up and you think say everything is okay. One case awesome. And fancy but you can send your comments as my people are still doing. I take my time every day to address most of the comments now. Because that is how we keep on engaging ourselves on this particular platform. Channel a 1 hour with Munufie, meeting any William Munufie Amankona. I've been streaming at this particular time from Finland, Helsinki. I heard this NDC program because of France now. Date na akwa chika so when I get the actual date na the Bible to be send be yen ni betimi akọ France akọ support NDC eho me da obi bia ase. Bye bye.
Thank you.